Hello, I'm Guillaume and I've been practicing calisthenics for about 8 years, and I can already tell that once I progress towards my ideal body, like my ideal physique, there were some roadblocks that I had to overcome, and one of these things was nutrition. So you can do effective workouts, you can be consistent, you can get through the routines and stuff, but if you're not consistent with your nutrition, or if you don't have any skills to complement your nutrition, you are missing out, and you need that. That's one of the foundational blocks that requires to have a good physique. So I'm going to teach you how you can fix your nutrition so you're able to level up in your physique and reach the goals that you want to get. So the first thing that we are going to do is we need a calorie counting skill, and that is actually a lifetime skill. So what I mean with that is, in the beginning it's going to be hard. You will have to count your calories, but throughout, oh, come on, throughout you fucking, ja, ze houden over een ding. So in the beginning you're going to have to count your calories, but after that, if time passes and you're doing that consistently for about 6 months, you are able to, then you don't really have to count your calories anymore. So this skill, actually help you or give you the power to change your body or how your body looks. If you want to gain more muscle, if you want to lose more fat, if you want to get bigger, if you want to get leaner, more muscular, it all has to do with your nutrition, and that skill will make you powerful. It will make you change your body and how you want to level up. So for that, you also need a scale and an application on your phone. So a scale meaning a scale to weigh your food. When you put a bowl on the scale and then pour in some rice, then you'll be able to see how much rice you're going to eat. And you need an application to track those calories in the application on your phone. So just a normal train. MyFitnessPal is really great. You have different applications that you can download that are free, and like that you're going to see your macros. You're going to learn what fats are, what carbs are, how many carbs there are in different foods, how many protein there is in different foods, and all that stuff. You're going to become more aware of what you're really eating, and if you're able to really track everything, you on a consistent basis, you know that you're on a good path then. And look at the food label. So whenever you buy something, look at the food label, look at the back of the products where you see how many calories there are, how many protein, carbs and fats and all that stuff, and maybe other things. And what you basically have to do is, when you want to scale, is you have 100 grams equals 390 calories. So when you pour in 70 grams on your weight on the scale, you will see that 70 grams actually equals 273 calories. So when you have 390 calories in total, you divide that by the 100 grams. Then you have a small number, which is 3.9, and then you multiply that with the 70 grams that you poured into your bowl. So that should become 273 calories in total. So 70 grams of rice equals 273 calories. It's a small calculation, it's actually easy, so implement that into your head and grab your phone with it to calculate how much calories you're actually eating. Eventually that passes, because how long should you do that? Until you have a result. So how long should you count your calories? Until you are at your desired physique, at what you have been aiming for. So, and also a good to see if you're at your result, or to know if you really have it under the knee, is when you get a plate on the restaurant and you can see how many calories there are on that plate. So whenever I get fries with some chicken breast or some pasta with sauce and all that stuff, I literally know how many numbers there are on my plates. Once you have that as well, you know that which kind of food that you're going to eat, and you start to see how many proteins there are actually in that meal. You kind of guess it, and the longer you do it, the easier it becomes to guess. But how long should you do that? Just until you have a result. Now, the second thing is how many calories should you be eating to burning fat? But if you want to speed up that process of burning fat, you should actually implement intermittent fasting. It's really a cheat code in your life to burn fat, because if you implement intermittent fasting, which is actually 16 hours where you don't eat, and then the next 8 hours you do eat, within those 16 hours you will not eat anything, not really nothing, no sugar, no milk, nothing, no juice, no, just water and black coffee. And don't put any sugar and milk in your black coffee, just plain water. Sparkling water is okay. Tea is also okay, but watch out that there's not sugar in the tea and the bags of the tea. Make sure there's no sugar in that, because your body will use all the carbs and all the sugar, which is actually carbs are sugar, and will use all that for energy throughout the morning. And when you are depleted of the carbs, you will go into a ketosis state, meaning that you will use fat to burn for energy. And that will actually also increase in fat burn. What I mostly do is I stop eating at 8 p.m. and then I go to sleep, not at 8 p.m. of course, but a little bit later than that. And then I get up and I don't eat any breakfast. And then when it hits 12 p.m., yeah, I guess. Yeah, 12 p.m. I continue to eat. So then I start eating. And that will be going on for 8 hours until it's 8 p.m. at night. And then I stop eating again. So I have 16 hours where I actually don't eat and I burn fat because of that. Now, how long should you be doing that? Until you have your desired results. And eventually when you have your desired result, you need to recalculate your maintenance like we did here. So on the online calculator, you go back online on the calculator and then you see how many calories you should be consuming to keep the body you have then. And if you do that, on a consistent basis, eventually you will know how much you need to eat to maintain your muscle or to maintain your weight. And so like that, you won't gain weight and you won't lose weight. And you can be at a fat percentage that you want to keep. And then when summer is over, you can increase your maintenance calories again and just bulk a little bit more of muscle, because that muscle will be useful until winter, because the more muscle you have in winter, the more you get to eat, if you understand what I mean right here. Now, the more muscle you have, the more you get to eat. So let's get to the next one, the bad calories versus good calories. Is that true? I'm not a fan of that. They say that you don't really have bad calories and good calories, but for me, I think there is a big difference. So you have processed foods and you have organic food. What is organic? That's like fruit, vegetables, meats, normal shit. Like some people consider this a diet, which is not. This is what they've been eating for centuries. Now, processed foods is like pizza, fries, burger, all that stuff. Mostly processed is multiple ingredients mixed together, and then they sell that for a product, which is mostly high in fat or high in sugar. What is organic is mostly things that consist of one ingredient. Like an apple is just fruit, it's just carbs, it's fast sugar. The things that considered in one ingredient are mostly organic. Now, processed foods will make you feel lazy, which is not good, and organic food will actually give you energy. You will feel a significant progress when you eat those types of food. Now, if you're trying to cut, you should use organic food for your energy, which is actually high in volume, because when you're cutting, you want to eat high in volume. And mostly organic food is really high in volume, because if you have if you have chocolate, and a small piece of chocolate might consist of 70 calories, then you have an apple which is also 70 calories, but there's a big difference in volume there. Now, when you're cutting, you shouldn't drink your calories. Don't do that. If you're drinking shakes, try to grab a protein powder that is really tasty, and that is so you can shake it without milk, and shake it with water. That's like really good then. It's low in calories, because if you drink your calories, you will really hit your daily goal already. So if you're aiming for 1,800 calories, if you're going to drink that, it's not really voluminous. It won't be heavy on the stomach. You always want things that feel heavy on the stomach when you're cutting. It's handy like that. Soda, step away from that. If you want, you can drink zero, but when you drink zero, it actually has the same effect to your body. So when you drink Coca-Cola, you're going to see, your body will see that as sugar, and your insulin level will spike. And when your insulin level spikes, it means that you have more energy, and everything that comes up will go down, so that also drops back down, and your insulin level will crash, resulting in you having a feeling of hungry. You will have more hunger, and you will crave more foods then. But if you drink zero, it actually does the same effect, even if it's 0 calories. Your body will see that as a sort of sugar, and will also give you that spike and that crash again. So even still, you can drink zero, but know that within an hour or an hour or two, you will feel really hungry. Now, fruit juice and all that stuff, stay away from that. That's actually fucking high in calories. Or even smoothies is really high in calories. Don't drink your calories when you're cutting. Now, if you're bulking, you can actually use processed foods to bulk, but I should also use organic foods to bulk, because you might feel shitty when you're eating processed all the time, but it is really handy if your maintenance level or your maintenance calories or your bulking calories is really high. So throughout life, when they made processed foods, it's really handy to bulk. And then when you're drinking a shake, like a protein shake, you can use whole milk instead of water. Like that, you're going to increase your calories really quickly. You might feel a little bit of laziness because you're eating processed foods when you're bulking. And you can also drink your calories. Like I just said, like the shake, it doesn't really matter. It's a nice tip to hit your goal. Now, that's with bad calories and good calories. Let's get to the last one. Mindful eating. You need to find balance. So throughout your whole journey to cutting or bulking or maintaining, you should find balance, because in the first months it might feel hard to do it, but eventually, when you're trying out different meals and the foods that you like, you will find balance, and it will be really easy to maintain. And even it will feel fun. It will start to be nice, because you will see effects. And then when you see effects, you know that you're doing all right, and yeah. But the thing is, you need shit that you like. So for me, for example, old cheese. I like old cheese, and that's maybe high in fat, but I don't care. It has some protein in it, and it's really good, and I can implement that in my diet. You still need to eat the foods that you like. You cannot really take that away from yourself. For me, also black chocolate, I like that. I like chocolate, but I eat black because then it's less calories. Protein pudding, I like yogurt, I like skyr yogurt, I like pudding. And then I just try to choose a variant that has protein in it, because you need to be high in protein. You yourself, yes, but also your diet needs to be high in protein, because you're going to build a lot of muscle, or when you are cutting, you need to maintain your muscle as much as possible. That's why you should always eat high in protein. Now, you can use carbs for your energy. That's what I'm also saying with balance. The carbs, use that for your daily life for energy. So let's take for example that you're going to train 30 minutes before. Let's take for example 30 minutes, and then you're going to train. What should you be eating then? So you need a fast sugar and no fats, no protein in it, no need for that. The only thing that you then need is fast sugar. If you're going to eat fatty things or high in protein shit, your stomach will say like, whoa, what are you doing here? Your training session won't feel as comfortable. So fast sugar, that's what you need. A small snack is really helpful, and what you can take from that is like fruit. But if you want to take pre-workouts, if you start to train, I wouldn't recommend you taking it. Wait until you've been training consistently for 6 months, then you can take pre-workout. But if you're just a beginner, don't do that. If you have been training already and you're trying to get it back up, you can then take pre-workout for like 30 minutes before for a fast sugar. Don't worry about that. But if you're a beginner, I should stick to fruit, like a banana or an apple. It's really great. That's like a high fast. Your insulin level is going to spike, and you're going to use those carbs for your training. Now, 1 hour before, that should actually consist of carbs and no fat and maybe some protein. You can add some protein, and that looks like a small meal. So a wrap with salmon is really great. Just a wrap with salmon in it, a little bit of cheese or something like fats, but there's no need to put fats in it, because when you're going to put fats in your meal, then it's going to slow the digestion process in your stomach, meaning, which is actually good, but that's more for like 2 to 3 hours before training, because then you should add carbs, fats, and protein, which is like a decent meal, like a normal meal. And fats is like butter or avocado or guacamole. Fats is also like chocolate. What fats is also cheese. I think I already said that. Yeah, just look it up what fats are. Eventually you're going to see what the ingredients are. But use that in a decent meal 2 to 3 hours before, because the fat will actually slow down the process of the digestion process, and which means you will have a slow release of energy throughout that day. And what I can say through that is, yeah, a good mix is like 2 to 3 hours before your training, you're going to eat a decent meal, and then you should use a fast sugar 30 minutes before your training, like a small snack like fruit or pre-workout, to get a good release of energy. That's like the perfect fit. That's that. So I think, yeah, that's that. Okay. So you need mindful eating. You don't need really bad calories versus good calories. I mean, you need processed or organic food. Know the difference. Know what you want, what you need to eat for energy. Then how many calories you should be eating. It's, if you want to bulk, you want to maintain, you want to cut. And then the calorie counting skill, which is actually the foundation that you need. Eventually, like after 3 months or 4 months or even 6 months, you won't really have to do it anymore. Then it gets really easy. Now, what you should actually get more knowledge about is how you can build more lean muscle mass through simplicity, and how you can finally get your six-pack. So these 2 videos will actually help you if you want to go even deeper. I don't know why the photos are so fucked up, because I put on a black mode on the program that I'm using, and now it does it like this. But yeah, I don't care. Those two videos are really great to watch if you want to even go deeper. But yeah, this was how to fix your nutrition. I hope this helped. I actually wanted this when I started out, but yeah, if you have any questions about it, just drop it in the comments. And if you have any topics that you want to be talking about, or if you want to be this, or if you have any topics that you have questions about, just drop them down and I will answer them, maybe with a video like this. If it is a really good question, I might just make a whole video about it. So yeah, I think that's it.